Oh my god!
Oh my god, what the was that?
Oh! Oh!
They thought it was just another peaceful night under the stars, until the forest went silent. What happened next? Well, let's just say, not everything that watches you in the woods has eyes you can see. Welcome back to Silent Nightmare, where every shadow has a story, and every story might just be real. This is Vlad, a YouTuber who shares his life in the countryside on his channel, Mod Vlad. Since moving to his rural home, Vlad has noticed strange occurrences around his property at night. Hoping to uncover the mystery, he began documenting the events on camera and sharing them online. It all began on the evening of November 2nd, 2021. While Vlad and his wife were outside letting their new puppy go to the toilet, they suddenly heard something unusual.
It was a cold night, and we were taking our new puppy, Charlie, outside to use the bathroom. We started hearing what sounded like barking noises from across the field behind our house. Upon listening to this barking sound, I noticed that it really didn't sound like a dog. It almost sounded like something was mimicking a dog. Didn't think nothing of it at the time. We were in good spirits, and I started barking back at it. Or rather, I was saying woof.
Woof! Woof! Bark! Bark, bark, bark!
And 5 seconds later, we heard the sound again. Only it was right on our fence line.
At first, they didn't think much of the sound, though they couldn't help but wonder what it might have been. But just seconds later, the same sound echoed again, this time from the opposite end of the field.
Me and my girl were kind of puzzled. It was the exact same sound, but how could an animal move that fast? Again, didn't think nothing of it. Then we started hearing other sounds, kind of like a bird. And again, I mocked it.
Once the noise stopped, Vlad and his wife headed back inside, brushing it off as nothing serious. But the next evening, while Vlad was outside smoking a cigar, he felt something he couldn't explain, the eerie sensation of being watched. Later that night, while reviewing his security camera footage, he discovered something chilling. His unsettling feeling hadn't come from nowhere. Though he hadn't seen anything in person, the footage hinted at something unexplainable lurking nearby. Months went by without any further incidents. But Vlad's unease only grew. Determined to find answers, he installed wildlife trail cameras around his property. Then, one day, while checking the cameras with his daughter, they found one lying on the ground.
Yeah, that's interesting. Looks like somebody took the module out of it. That's nope, here it is. There's that. And here is the module. Great. Maybe this caught something. Battery's low. Okay, hold that. Did you get the laptop?
No, it's right there.
Yes. Okay. All right, well, thank God for that. Let's see what's on this. Can you hold this? There's Probably some kids or something. I want to see right now. Okay, let's pull the SD card out. Okay. What did that even sound like?
I don't know.
Okay, let's go. I'm getting a little paranoid. Okay, I'm gonna go home and better inspect this video.
When they reviewed the footage, they heard an eerie, otherworldly growl, followed by something physically touching the camera.
Discovered on that trail cam scared me. Whatever it was definitely an animal. From what I can make of it, it looks like a deer. But it definitely does not sound like a deer. And how is a deer able to push a tiny button on the trail cam to pop the modular out?
The discovery left Vlad disturbed and full of questions. He replayed the footage over and over. But it was unlike anything he'd ever seen or heard before. A few weeks later, two friends came to visit for the weekend. Curious about the strange events, they decided to explore the area at night, hoping to find clues.
Give me that flashlight.
Dude. Yeah, take that flashlight. Oh, did you hear it? It moved way back there, dude. Oh my God, dude. What the fuck? Hold on. God.
Close. That was close.
It's back over there. Well, whatever that is, it's hopefully normal.
Like up there.
Yeah. We've been out here for solid 4 to 5 hours, and we've heard some pretty strange things, but nothing groundbreaking. Tonight was somewhat of a bust. There are fireworks going off in the distance. I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
But after hours of searching with no results, they gave up and returned home, frustrated. The weeks that followed left Vlad constantly on edge, especially after nightfall. Then, one night, while walking his dog, the atmosphere shifted again.
This way, buddy. It's okay. It's okay, come on. Calm down, calm down. Come on. Calm down. My heart is pounding. Teddy's still going nuts.
As Vlad made his way down a path, a rustling sound emerged from the nearby bushes. His dog reacted with visible fear. Feeling unsafe, Vlad quickly turned on his camera and began heading home.
I can't see it. It's okay, it's okay. What do you sense, buddy? What do you sense? It's okay, come on. He's scared. I'm scared. Oh my God, Ted. Charlie, come on. Charlie, come on. Come on, Charlie. What do you see? We're back.
But before going inside, curiosity got the better of him. He walked over to the fence and peered into the darkness, hoping to catch a glimpse of whatever had been out there.
Charlie, get back. Charlie. Charlie. Oh my God.
Then, breaking the silence, a chilling childlike voice echoed from the other side. Startled and overwhelmed, Vlad bolted back inside, shaken to his core by what he had just heard. To this day, the mystery of what lurks around Vlad's property remains unsolved. No further updates have been shared since this video, and this eerie story leaves us with nothing but questions and a lingering sense of the unknown. We're on the road to 50,000 subscribers, and to thank you for being part of this horror-loving community, we're giving away a special gift once we hit that milestone. If you haven't already, subscribe now, turn on notifications, and stay tuned, because things are about to get even scarier. This chilling video was captured by Dan, a YouTuber you might know from his channel Exploring with Fighters. Known for his love of adventure and the outdoors, Dan often ventures into abandoned buildings, haunted forests, and uncharted locations to bring his viewers along on thrilling explorations. Fascinated by the paranormal, Dan is always searching for answers, hoping to capture something extraordinary on camera. But on this particular night, what he captured was far more terrifying than any ghost. It was November 14th, 2022, a cold, eerie winter evening, when Dan set out on another exploration. This time, he headed into the infamous Epping Forest, a place rumored to be haunted by dark legends and ghostly apparitions. Luckily, Dan wasn't alone. His good friend Flex joined him, as they had braved many adventures together before.
Right, so we're heading towards a church, and we're going to take a walk from there and find somewhere to camp. And I will be telling you more haunted history of the place. But I'm not sure what we're actually going to do tonight, whether we're just going to do a stealth camp or not.
As they arrived at the forest, they parked their car and stepped out into the darkness. In front of them stood an old, creepy church with a graveyard beside it. The atmosphere sent shivers down their spines, but they pressed on.
Look at that. That's creepy. Well, if we go around the back of the church and camp in the forest there, yeah, we can have a fire, because we're not on the graveyard. Mm-hmm. We're in the forest. Is that noise? Yeah, what the hell was that?
That wasn't a normal fox noise.
Could have been, I don't know.
It could have been, but that doesn't sound like a normal fox.
Right, come on, let's grab our stuff and set camp. It's getting cold already, so let's...
walk right through the graveyard?
Yeah, if we walk through the graveyard, we'll go right to the back. Are you ready to go and find somewhere to camp? Full moon's beaming down above you.
Suddenly, they heard a strange, unexplainable sound, but surprisingly, they brushed it off, assuming it was a fox or some other wildlife. Grabbing their gear, including sleeping bags and a tent, they ventured deeper into the woods, unaware of what was watching them. After finding the perfect spot, they set up their large tent, built a campfire to stay warm, and settled inside, chatting about life as friends often do. But that peace didn't last long. Soon, more unsettling noises echoed from the woods around them.
What was that weird noise? It just sounded like something way in the distance, but in the woods.
Oh, yeah.
Almost like a thump. Like a thumping hollow sound. It's just the weird woods, that's what it is.
I kind of feel better in this tent.
I hope it's a fox. Sound like a scream.
The fox said.
Screams.
Stop now. Some weird noises.
Yeah. The only thing I'm worried about is cooking the food in here.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll give it like 10 minutes and we'll start cooking it.
Yeah.
But it's an owl.
Oh.
Yeah, definitely an owl.
At first, they assumed it was just normal forest sounds, but something about it felt off. A growing sense of unease crept in, making them want to stay inside the safety of the tent. And their instincts weren't wrong. But before we get to that moment, they first prepared a warm meal and retreated to the tent. For a brief time, the night actually felt calm. Little did they know that calm would be shattered.
I'm good. Do you like the broccoli?
We'll try some now. I've never actually tried it.
It makes it all worthwhile. All the hard work that went into it. Oh! Oh, yeah.
Suddenly, something touched the tent with force, and they heard footsteps circling their campsite. The boys froze, staring at each other in fear. They both thought the same thing. Who or what is out there? The answer came all too soon.
I don't like this.
They listened quietly as the footsteps grew louder, slowly circling the tent, as if the intruder wasn't even trying to hide.
Oh. What was that? What branch was up in? I've been for a bit, but I haven't heard anything like that all night. That's what worries me. Down there, wasn't it? Yeah. That's what they chilled. I'm gonna turn all the lights off now.
Dan and Flex turned off their lights, sitting in complete silence with their hearts racing. For 5 agonizing minutes, the footsteps continued. Finally, they decided to act. So I've got a CCTV camera up there. It might go in on there. I put it up there because last time we got a fox on camera walking around the tents. So I wanted to see if we capture any animals walking around. But whatever that was, it smashed the side of the tent. Yeah. But it could have legit footsteps. At first I thought, hold on, it could be like a branch falling off the tree, right? But the way it smacked the side of the tent, but then the footsteps, but then it could have been an animal. I'll have to check that CCTV footage.
How soon can you check it?
Tomorrow morning when we get back.
Carefully, they unzipped the tent and peered out into the pitch-black forest. But there was nothing. Just the eerie stillness of the woods. Trying to come up with a logical explanation, they brushed it off again, telling themselves it was probably a branch falling, or maybe an animal that had wandered by. With that in mind, they returned to their dinner and reassured each other it was nothing serious, just something drawn to the smell of food.
No, I reckon we turn the lights out.
Yeah.
And just sit in silence for a bit in the dark. Leave the fire on.
Yeah.
The fire's on like quite low.
What are we going to do about that?
Oh, I would like to finish it. It's going to be cold now.
We try.
We've probably attracted something because of the smell.
When do we ever not attract something? When we do the steak?
Maybe we should ban the steak.
After eating, they settled in for the night, still unaware of what the footage had actually captured. The rest of the night passed without further disturbances. At dawn, they packed up and headed to a nearby hotel to review their footage. What they discovered sent chills down their spines.
So when something's triggered on the camera, it takes about 2 or 3 second delay, so I didn't actually catch whatever was thrown at the tent. But check this out. I did see this. In the bottom right corner, something comes into the frame. There was definitely someone there. And it looks like they just take a look what was going on. And as Flex pops his head out to take a look, they dart off into the darkness. Now this is quite a scary thought.
On the video, a man could be seen walking toward their campsite, and then just standing there, silently, right next to their tent. The figure didn't move. It didn't say a word. It simply stood there, watching them. As soon as Dan and Flex unzipped the tent door, the man vanished into the woods. They were stunned. All night they'd assumed it was an animal, but the footage revealed something far more sinister. Someone had been lurking around their campsite, silently observing them, and it didn't seem like this person had good intentions. He made no attempt to alert them to his presence, and when he realized they were awake, he slipped away into the darkness. Dan and Flex were haunted by the thought afterward, but grateful to have made it out safely. One thing is certain: next time they go camping, they'll be more cautious, and they'll never brush off strange occurrences so easily again. Kenny, the curious spirit behind Kenny of all trades, shares his love for travel and exploration on his YouTube channel, capturing every moment from behind the wheel of his reliable camper truck. In this video, Kenny sets out on a camping adventure in Foothills State Forest, Minnesota, a trip that unexpectedly takes a chilling and unsettling turn. It's September 14th, 2024. Joined by his loyal dog, Toby, Kenny heads into the dense forest in search of the perfect place to spend the night. After some exploring, he finds a quiet, secluded field and begins setting up camp, completely unaware of the strange events that lie ahead.
Let's check this out, Toby. We got a fire pit. What else do you need for a night of camping? This is going to work perfect for a single night. I don't have any cell phone service, so I'll text Mandy my GPS coordinates off the Garmin InReach. We got this thing all to ourselves. What do you think, Toby? Yeah. We said we were looking for an epic one-nighter. I think we got a great start. We found a perfect campsite, went for a nice walk in the woods, and now we got this fire. I'm saying this is pretty good, eh, buddy?
The evening begins peacefully. Everything is still and calm. As night falls, Kenny prepares a simple dinner and relaxes by the campfire, soaking in the solitude and serenity of the woods, still blissfully unaware of what's coming.
We'll check them in a couple. The woods is really loud tonight. I got stuff going on all around me. I'm hearing crashes in the woods over here and crashes over there, and it's probably just something as simple as leaves falling, but in dead silence, everything sounds so much louder. I do got the flashlight out here though, just in case. As I was walking down the steps, my stomach started growling, and it sounded like a person talking for a second. I didn't realize it was my stomach. Oh, it scared the daylights out of me. I'm telling you what, there is just noises all over. Maybe we should go for a little walk.
Once the forest is fully cloaked in darkness, strange, eerie noises begin to echo from the trees. Kenny tries to stay composed, telling himself it's just falling leaves or snapping branches. But the uneasy feeling in his gut doesn't go away. Seeking reassurance that he's truly alone, he decides to take a quick walk around the campsite, leaving Toby safely resting inside the camper.
I think we'll just go down the road a little ways. I thought I just saw a flash. Man, all kinds of noises. That flash could have been a reflector or something. There is definitely some noise in this woods. We made it back home. Well, I think I'm just going to sit around the fire for the next 45 minutes and go to bed. I'll see you in the morning.
His search turns up nothing unusual, so Kenny returns and gets ready to turn in for the night. But just as he's settling down, a loud thump slams against the side of the camper. Startled, he jumps up and looks outside, only to find nothing but darkness and the unsettling sounds of the forest.
I know this is going to sound crazy, but I'm laying in bed and it sounds like something is being thrown at the camper. It must be acorns dropping. It's like 3 a.m. I gotta go to bed.
Kenny locks the doors and chooses to stay inside, lying awake for hours as the eerie symphony continues outside. He waits anxiously for morning, hoping the light will bring safety. When the first rays of daylight finally break through the trees, the forest falls silent again. But the strange, disturbing events of the night cling to Kenny's memory, haunting him long after he leaves the woods behind. This eerie video was captured by CJ, the well-known YouTuber you might recognize from his channel CJ Faison. Known for his fearless attitude and insatiable curiosity for the unknown, CJ has spent over 12 years thrilling his audience with spine-chilling adventures. From exploring America's most haunted houses to camping deep in eerie forests and investigating abandoned locations, his bravery and charisma have made him a fan favorite. However, this particular night would go down as one of the most unforgettable and terrifying experiences of his life. It's January 2nd, 2024, a freezing winter evening, as CJ heads out to his haunted farm, a property he purchased about a year ago specifically for paranormal investigations. For those unfamiliar, this farm is infamous for its unsettling activity. CJ often uses it as his personal investigation site, or rents it out to thrill seekers bold enough to face the unexplained. With its dark history and frequent reports of ghostly encounters, it's definitely not the kind of place most people would want to spend a night alone. But for CJ, it's exactly where he thrives.
This time, I'm going back to the world's most haunted farm that you all absolutely love. This video right here inspired me to continue doing van camping videos. Tonight is a lot different from the previous times that you have seen me camp out, because I am actually prepared for once in my life with adequate equipment to keep me warm, to keep me my belly full, and all that good stuff. So right here behind me, this Pelican case is full of supplies. I've got food in here. I've got my little gas burner. I'm gonna be making my own food tonight. This holds all my camera equipment, batteries, and flashlights all in one. I've tried to become a little bit more prepared.
As he begins streaming to his viewers, CJ shares his plans for the night. Unlike previous trips, he mentions being better prepared this time, bringing along extra equipment to ensure nothing gets missed. With a confident grin and his trademark enthusiasm, CJ declares he's ready for whatever the night throws at him. It all seems like the perfect setup for a productive evening of paranormal investigation. But he had no idea this night would test his limits like never before.
All right, everybody, I'm going to get the van. We have the fire pit. I'm gonna stay somewhat warm. It is freezing out here right now. And anyway, I'll be right back.
CJ arrives at the farm under a pitch-black sky. He grabs his gear from the van and sets up a small camp, eventually preparing a simple dinner by the fire. For a brief moment, everything feels calm, the crackling fire, the stillness of the cold winter air. But peace never lasts long on this haunted property.
What the fuck? Ow! Ah! Damn it! What the fuck was that? Fuck. I'm almost done.
Suddenly, a loud noise shatters the silence, echoing across the desolate farm. Startled, CJ spins around, flashlight in hand, scanning the darkness. Yet nothing appears out of the ordinary. Brushing it off as the wind or maybe an animal, he tries to stay focused, though a sense of unease begins to creep in.
Like turning itself off every time that I turn. What the fuck is going on? That was definitely the tarp moving, which I guess it could have been just settling in, whatever, but that's the noise that we just heard. Because I'm sure... yeah. All right. Weird nonetheless. Anyway, so it is time to go inside. I don't know what's wrong with this camera, so I'm leaving it here. But it's time to go inside.
As the unsettling sounds continue to grow closer, CJ decides to investigate inside the house, hoping to catch something definitive on camera. He steps through the creaking doorway, and barely 2 minutes into the exploration, something completely unexplainable occurs.
You could bring something in just as like simple as a book. What the fuck? Oh! 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 What the fuck, Annabelle? You look like a bulldog with your nose all messed up. Look at you, got a flat nose now. The fuck is wrong with you? How the fuck does that go from there to there? Again, fuck that. Fuck that.
Out of nowhere, Annabelle, a doll that's become infamous on his channel, suddenly flies across the room, as if thrown by an invisible force. Shocked and unnerved, CJ cautiously retrieves it, then activates his spirit talker device in hopes of making contact. But the device remains eerily silent. Just when it seems things might settle down, the terror escalates again.
Ah! It's just a tapping. What the f was that? It was a fucking piano, I'm pretty sure. Sorry for cussing. What is your issue? What the hell is your issue?
A deafening bang erupts from within the house, sending a jolt of fear through CJ. The tension becomes too much. Realizing he may be in over his head, he ends the indoor investigation, unwilling to risk further confrontation with whatever unseen force is present. He heads back to the van, hoping that being outdoors will offer some relief from the chaos. But even as he sits outside, trying to calm his nerves, the events of the night replay in his mind.
Very weird vibe about tonight. It feels very calm, very peaceful, except for like the couple of things that have happened, the noises. Annabelle freaks me out by every point of my soul imaginable. But like, I don't know, I'm at peace. I feel like I'm good in the van. I feel like I'm pretty solid. I don't feel in danger or anything, but there is like this sense of like, we're watching you, but from afar. Like, that's what it feels like to me. So, I don't know. It's basically bedtime. So, time to hop in this sleeping bag here and see what this thing be all about.
Eventually, CJ calls it a night. He takes off his boots, lays out his sleeping bag, and gets ready to sleep, believing the worst is behind him. But the true horror is only just beginning.
Hello? Oh gosh. Okay. Oh shit, the window only goes down halfway. What the fuck is that? The fuck's the flashlight? Alright, I'm tripping out or the fucking van just moved. Ah! The fucking tree's falling apart. The tree is falling apart. I knew I should not have parked under this damn thing.
As he tries to drift off, loud noises erupt from around his campsite. It sounds like someone, or something, is walking just outside. Grabbing his flashlight, CJ scans the darkness but sees nothing. Convinced it might just be branches hitting the van, he shrugs it off, closes the doors, and listens carefully for any more sounds.
I hear footsteps. Hello? Oh, this is way fucking better than having the door open. Paranoia is the worst thing ever. Like, you're trying to decipher between, like, what the fuck? Oh my gosh! The f***ing GoPro just fell. The f***ing GoPro just fell. Y'all, what the actual going on right now? Alright, so I'm losing it. I'm at this is gonna drive me insane. Like, this is legitimately, like, this is fucking creepy. I don't care what you say. I don't care how big of a macho man you are. Nah. Like, this is nuts. So, instead of putting this thing back up on the, instead of putting this thing back up on that window, I might just set it on the ground. And it's only getting colder, so I don't know. Oh, man. I don't know if I need to start a fire. Ah! The fucking van was just moving.
Then, things escalate. The noises intensify, and the van begins to shake inexplicably. His heart races as he shines the light into the dark forest. But again, no sign of anyone. The van trembling, the eerie noises, none of it makes sense. His thoughts race, torn between supernatural explanations and the fear that someone may be lurking nearby, playing a cruel trick. Reaching his breaking point, CJ crawls into his sleeping bag, pulling it over his head in a desperate attempt to shut out the fear and get some rest. But fate has other plans. A loud, deliberate knock suddenly hits the van, like someone intentionally trying to get his attention. That's the final straw. Overwhelmed with fear, CJ wastes no time. He grabs his gear, jumps into the driver's seat, and starts the engine. Without looking back, he drives away into the night, shaken but safe. What caused the mysterious noises, the shaking van, and the bone-chilling knock? To this day, it remains a mystery. This is Richard, known for sharing his self-built camper van adventures on his YouTube channel. In this clip, filmed on May 25th, 2022, he takes us on another journey, this time planning to spend the night just outside Great Yarmouth, England. He arrives at his chosen spot after dark, hoping for a peaceful night's rest. But what unfolded was anything but restful.
I've just pulled up and I've got a light on this. That's why how you can see me, it's a red light. But it's a power cut. Just like, it's pitch black. You've got a camper van down there, but it's absolutely pitch black. There's the van, I've got the lights on there. But it's quite eerie.
With the night already pitch black, Richard settles into his van, getting ready to sleep. Just as he's drifting off, he hears something.
I think they're trying the doors. I don't know why I'm telling you to shush.
Around 2 a.m., someone begins trying the door handles, an apparent attempt to break into the van. Startled and unsure of what to do, he stays silent, weighing his options.
Try locking it again, and... Oh. And that's worse. I can hear the van going.
Quickly, Richard relocks the van using his keys, hoping the sound will scare off whoever is outside. Moments later, a car drives off, and he breathes a sigh of relief, assuming the tactic worked.
I think they're gone. Let's go and have a look, shall we? There's all that. I've just got the head torch on. Still a power. Yeah, look, see? Look, see? Nobody is around. Close that up. Alright. I want to get back into bed. I don't want anybody to know I'm here. That was scary. That was a bit spooky. It's the first time that's ever happened to me. Someone actually tried to steal fuel out the van while I was inside it. Right, but I'm all locked up. I'm not moving. I struggle trying to find a spot. I'm not moving just yet now. I'm gonna see if I can get back to sleep. I'm dead shit.
Building up his nerve, Richard steps out to inspect the van. That's when he notices the fuel hatch is open. Someone had likely tried to siphon fuel. Shaken by the discovery, he heads back inside, hoping to salvage what's left of the night. But the disturbances aren't over.
I think they're back.
Suddenly, the same noise echoes outside once again, the unmistakable sound of someone testing the doors. Shocked, Richard puts down his camera and calls out, letting them know someone is inside. Thankfully, his voice seems to be enough to scare them off.
That's it. I'm moving spots. Lesson learnt. I ain't parking there again. It's a Friday now. I've had some time to think. It took me about half an hour to find another spot. And I've basically just come up the A47 and found a lay-by. And I've dumped it in that. I'm by a road, but I don't care. It's getting on now. I might try for a couple of hours sleep before I actually have to wake up. But it's a Friday night. At least we know fuel thefts and van break-ins. This does look like a van. Doesn't look like a camper van. That's possibly where I made the mistake. Lesson learned. My next camper van is actually going to look like a camper van. I might just chop a window into the side of this just to make it look like a camper van. But I'm going to attempt to sleep. Worst case scenario, I've got a walking pole down there. I can do absolutely nothing with it.
After this second encounter, Richard decides he can't risk staying any longer. It's clear the area isn't safe. He drives off into the night, searching for a more secure spot, still trying to process what just happened. Eventually, he finds a quiet place and manages to get a few hours of undisturbed sleep. Still, the eerie feeling from those encounters lingers with him for days. It's unsettling how danger can come, not from wild animals or harsh weather, but from people with harmful intentions. Luckily, Richard kept his cool and made it through the night safely. What do you think was the most disturbing encounter on this list? Have you ever experienced something unexplainable while camping? Let us know in the comments below.